we want to do is send a clear and loud message to the cartels and anyone doing an illegal operation in the high desert. Your days are over and we're coming for you. So with this, I want to do a quick, we can roll the thing here. We want to give a picture to what I was just describing. This is part of the aerial reconnaissance that we were doing. As you can see from the air, this is very typical of every single one. This is one of the largest ones that we found on the very first day of the operation. That is about 10 acres, and that is 74 greenhouses. The cultivation, the value of this operation alone, one harvest is $50 million. And you can see here in the top corner, those are 2 RVs, and they built lean-tos covering the RVs, and that's where they were basically living. And each one of these greenhouses over 100 feet long. Inside the greenhouses, you see different colored tarps. These white tarps actually have a black interior, so they mimic day and nighttime, and that's how they get 4 harvests a year versus just 1 by natural daylight. And you can see every single one of the greenhouses has the capacity being flip over from daytime to nighttime to accelerate the growth rate. Each plant, 3 gallons per day per plant. So start doing the math here. You can see how this is basically sucking the water out of the entire desert dry, leaving our potato farmers, alfalfa, carrot farmers without water. So that definitely had to put an end to this. And then the trash associated with this, you see here these 2 tanks. Each one of these tanks is over 10,000 gallons. They're filled by water trucks. This is a water truck that we intercepted at the time that we raided this place. And this thing right here, that and this over here, those are basically pesticide mixing sites. And they mix the pesticides there, or the fertilizers, and they pump it to all the greenhouses. And all the trash that gets associated with this is just dumped into the desert. And all of that seeps into the aquifer, becomes part of the water table that contaminates the entire water supply for the high desert. So anybody believe that somehow this is, it's just harmless, we legalize pot, what could go wrong with this? Well, yeah, we can see what could go wrong with this. Hit the next one. Again, one of the water trucks that we intercepted. Now keep going. And it was back-breaking work. The first week, weather was nice, but as Commander Holly Francisco back there can testify, the second week, we got the true taste of the AV weather. It was up to, I think, 110 degrees? One of the days. It was pretty bad. We did our briefing in the morning. It was about 500 people there the first day of briefing, and that was quite a sight to see because represent all of law enforcement in Southern California came together for this occasion. And these are all the entities that were involved, and that was one of the arrests that were made. That was at the site of the 74 greenhouses. Weapons seized, bullets, and you wonder, why are these people armed? And we didn't meet any really resistance at all, because typically when we showed up one of the grows, everybody just took off into the desert running or they surrendered. We didn't get a lot of resistance, but this is designed for other cartels ripping off, so they're basically, there's no honor amongst thieves, so their biggest threat is being ripped off by other cartels stealing their harvest. Or it's also used to intimidate the local residents and scaring people away from approaching the grows. So this is very dangerous, yes. Keep going. And yeah, these are the 5 puppies that they're still up for adoption.